Hi, today we will cover the concrete quality control. But before that, I just want to talk about the concrete durability. There are three common durability problems in concrete structures, and they are the following: corrosion of steel in the concrete, breakdown of the structure of the concrete due to freezing and thawing, and breakdown of the structure of the concrete due to chemical attack. So, in order for the concrete to last, you need to look into these three durability problems. In the Philippines, we don't have the problem with freezing and thawing, but corrosion of steel is quite common, and the breakdown of the structure of the concrete due to chemical attack is also quite common. So you have to address these durability problems so that your concrete will last. So much with that, we also have to know the concrete quality control. Why is that? This is very important because, as we have mentioned in the previous videos, it seems like we are cooking in doing concrete mix. We have several ingredients that we don't really have control, mixing it together to make a certain property of the concrete. In the quality control of concrete, it's important that you will be able to test all the ingredients that you will mix with the concrete. And also, you need proper proportioning to get the proper or the at least a minimum value of the required properties that you are looking into. So the concrete sections are proportioned and reinforced using FC prime, and the compressive strength is the main measure of the structural quality of concrete. Due to concrete strength variability, mixes must be designed to provide average FC prime greater than the specified value of FC prime. This third statement is actually, we engineers usually miss this one because of the concrete strength variability. The mix must be designed to provide an average FC prime which is greater than the specified value of FC prime. What does it mean? If your specified value of FC prime is 21 megapascal, then your mix should be designed more than 21 megapascal. For sure, you can say you have to mix 24 megapascal. That would be ideal. Not that since the design is 21 megapascal and you can just mix it up to 21. No, it's wrong. You really need to mix 24 megapascal for that. ACI 26.4.3.1b allows concrete to be proportioned to achieve the specified compressive strength following ACI 301 based on either field test data or trial mixes. You can also use cylindrical specimens that's 15 by 30 centimeter or 10 by 20 centimeter. You can use ESTM C172, the standard method of sampling freshly mixed concrete, on how to sample concrete mix. ESTM C31 is the standard practice for making and curing concrete test specimens in the field. And normally the concrete cylinders are moist cured at 21 degrees Celsius for 28 days. Here is the required average compressive strength that I am saying earlier. This is very important in our concrete mix. When at least 30 consecutive strength tests are the basis for computing the standard deviation S, you can just follow this table. If your specified compressive strength is less than or equal to 35 megapascal, then you can use the two equations for the required average compressive strength. That is, you can use the larger value computed from these two equations. So if you have a standard deviation is usually can be taken if you have at least 30 consecutive strength tests. Less than that, your standard deviation is not really that good. But if you have a data 30 or more, then you can just get a standard deviation S. Usually this happens pre-mix because they usually do almost the same thing every day and they have a lot of strength tests in the field. So if you have the standard deviation, like for example 3 megapascal, and then your required FC prime is 21, so you can just say 1.34 times 3, that's around 3.9 plus 21, so that's 24.9. So at least your required average compressive strength should be around 24.9 megapascal. That's how we do it. And you can also compare it with the other equation if it is larger compared to 5 plus 1. If you have FC prime greater than 35, then you can use equation 5-1 and 5-3. By the way, there is an example below. If the designer specified strength FC prime is 28 megapascal and the concrete producer have built data with S is equal to 3 megapascal, the mix should be designed for an average strength of 32.02 megapascal. Take note, 28 megapascal is the specified strength by the designer, but your mix should be designed according to the average strength of 32.02 megapascal. That is the larger of 28. Use the equation above. 28, that is FC prime plus 1.34 S, so that's 32.02, and the other equation 28 plus 2.33 S minus 3.5, that's 31.49. So here it gives us the maximum of 32.02. So you have to be careful with this one because this is the problem in the field. Normally, if we require 28 megapascal, we just want to reach around 28 now. It should be more than that. How about if you don't have data or you don't have the standard deviation? That is also possible, but the problem is that your required average compressive strength is higher compared to if you have the standard deviation. You can see it here for the three equations. So if your FC prime is 28 megapascal, that's in the second row, then your average compressive strength should be FC prime plus 8.3. So that's 28 plus 8.3. That's around 36.3. So it's really high compared to if you have the standard deviation. There are several factors affecting the concrete compressive strength. Here are factors: the water cement ratio, type of cement, supplementary cementitious materials, the aggregate, the mixing water, the moisture conditions during curing, temperature conditions during curing, age of concrete, maturity of concrete, and rate of loading. So it's not really only about the materials or the ingredients that we use in the concrete mix, but of course there are a lot of factors affecting it. So it's really difficult to determine why your concrete compressive strength will not pass the required average compressive strength. So you can look at these factors if you want to, but that is why it's very important that your average compressive strength is greater than the designer's strength. Here is the compliance requirement according to ACI 26.12. To comply with the quality control of concrete, you need a strength test with the average of the strength at least two 150 by 300 millimeter cylinders or at least three 100 by 200 millimeter cylinders made from the same sample of concrete and tested at 28 days or at test age designated for FC prime. The testing agency performing acceptance testing shall comply with ESTM C1077. Also, qualified pelt testing technicians shall perform tests on fresh concrete at the job site, prepare specimens for standard curing, prepare specimens for pelt curing, if required, and record the temperature of the fresh concrete when preparing specimens for strength tests. Also, qualified laboratory technicians shall perform required laboratory tests. And all reports of acceptance tests shall be provided to the licensed design professional, contractor, concrete producer, and if requested, to the owner and the building official. 26.12.2.1 further gives us the compliance requirements. A. Samples for preparing strength test specimens of its concrete mix, place each day shall be taken in accordance with the following: at least once a day. So you need to make a sample at least once a day. At least once 110 cubic meter of concrete. At least once for each 460 square meter of surface area for slabs or walls. B. On a given project, if total volume of concrete is such that frequency of testing would provide fewer than 5 strength tests for a given concrete mixture, strength test specimens shall be made from at least 5 randomly selected batches or from each batch if fewer than 5 batches are used. C. If the total quantity of a given concrete mix or mixture is less than 30 cubic meter, strength tests are not required if evidence of satisfactory strength is submitted to and approved by the building official. Also, we have in section 26.12.3.1 compliance requirements, A. Specimens for acceptance tests shall be in accordance with the following: sampling of concrete for strength test specimen shall be in accordance with ESTM C172. 2 cylinders per strength test shall be made and standard cured in accordance with ESTM C31 and tested in accordance with ESTM 39. Strength level of concrete mixture shall be acceptable if the following are satisfied. 1. Every arithmetic average of any 3 consecutive strength tests equals or exceeds FC prime. So you will satisfy that one. Second, no strength test falls below FC prime by more than 3.5 megapascal if FC prime is 35 megapascal or less, or by adding or by more than zero point 0.1 FC prime if FC prime exceeds 35 megapascal. C. If either of the requirements of 26.12.3.1b are not satisfied, steps shall be taken to increase the average of subsequent strength results. D. Requirements for investigating low strength test results shall apply if the requirements of the above are not met. Also, there is the comment in section 26.12.3.1c. The steps taken to increase the average level of subsequent strength test results will depend on the particular circumstances but could include one or more of the following. You can increase the cementitious materials content, reduce in or better control of water content, use of water reducing admixture to improve the dispersion of cementitious materials, other changes in mixture proportions, reduction in delivery time, closer control of air content, and improvement in the quality of the testing, including strict compliance with ESTM C172, ESTM C31, and ESTM C39. If low strength test will result, you need an investigation. Normally, we do core tests in this one using ESTM C42. If the strength of the concrete in the structure in place strength is occasionally measured from cores drilled from the structure. So core test in use in ECI 26.12.4 investigation of low strength test results that the most frequent use of core test is to assess whether concrete in a new structure is acceptable. ACI Code Section 26.12.4.1b permits the use of core test in such cases and requires 3 cores for its strength test more than 3.5 megapascal below the specified value of FC prime. Here, take note that there is a commentary in ACI R 26.12.4 in place tests of concrete such as probe penetration, rebound hammer, or all-out test may be useful in determining whether a portion of the structure actually contains low-strength concrete, but this is not acceptable as a test in low-strength concrete. It's only the core test is acceptable. ECI Code Section 26.12.4.1c requires that cores be prepared for shipping to the testing lab by wrapping them in watertight bags or containers immediately after drilling. And ECI Section 26.5.3.2d states that concrete in an area represented by core test shall be considered structurally adequate if the two requirements are satisfied. That is, first, the average of 3 cores is at least 85% of FC prime, and second, no single core is less than 75% of FC prime. Okay, so it's very important that we have to follow the quality control of concrete. Otherwise, most often, if you test the concrete cylinders, it will not really pass because a lot of reasons are involved. And if you only follow this procedure, malikay-likayan nyo gamay ang problema. So if there will be a low strength concrete or low strength cylinder, you really have to do something about that. Okay, and we have enumerated a lot of things to do in order for us not to get this low strength cylinder. So that's all for today, and I will discuss next the steel reinforcement. Thank you.